Today we shall be talking about the Ovulation Prediction Kit as a means of ovulation tracking. And this is something that is very reliable if you do it the right way. So what happens is that you go to the chemist or to the drugstore and you buy the kits. You tell them you want to buy a kit. And once you have that kit, then you need to have a knowledge of the calendar method of tracking ovulation, because actually these ovulation prediction kits will be able to refine, will be able to be more specific once you have a rough idea through the calendar method. So what you do is that during the fertile window, that is 5 days before ovulation and a day after ovulation, after the date that you have calculated, that is the best time to use the ovulation prediction kits. So what you do is that as soon as you get it, there are different kinds of it. Make sure you go through the instructions. And in some of them, the instruction says you urinate on it. Some of them, it says you dip it inside it. But whichever way you look at it, there are two lines on the device. Two lines. One is a control line and one is a test line. The control line appears and tells you that you are doing it the right way. But the test line actually identifies if there's a surge in luteinizing hormone or not. And usually, if sometimes it might be very faint. And if it is very faint and you are not really sure, it's better for you to hold on. You might just decide to repeat that test maybe in the next couple of hours or thereabouts, and so that you can really pick the right thing, so that you can really come out with the right thing, because many people just lose hope and forget about it and assume that they have not ovulated. But it takes the concentration of the luteinizing hormone to really register on the equipment for you to be able to say that yes, you are ovulating. And the concentration has to be really guided, has to be really guided, because the concentration really can determine, what is happening. And you need to be patient. And also, you don't need to take water about 2 hours, so that the water content in your body will not dilute it. And on the day you want to take this test, so that the water content will not dilute the luteinizing hormone concentration, and on the day you want to take this test, you take it in the early afternoon, around 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., and that will be okay. And why do we do that? You see, really, as a matter of fact, the luteinizing hormone is in blood, appears in the blood early in the morning, around 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. But it takes time for it to be filtered through the kidneys. It will still need to go through the kidneys before it can eventually appear in the urine. And that is why it can take time. And you need to give it time, on the particular day that you want to measure it. So, but you want to test it. Don't forget that you need to keep testing about 5 days to the day that you have already determined through the calendar method. And that is why the ovulation prediction method on itself, might be a bit difficult if you don't really have a rough idea or estimate of when you are to ovulate. And so if there is a surge, it means that ovulation is very near, that within the next 24 hours, within the next 48 or 24 hours, that you are actually going to ovulate. And so you start having sex in order to get pregnant. So, and that is it. Don't forget, we have a video on 50 questions and answers relating to infertility. And this will really help you to be able to really discover the cause of your infertility. So I'm going to put it on the end screen, and I'll try to put it as a link. Then you are going to have an ovulation link, ovulation playlist. All these things about ovulation, you are going to see them. All these discussion on ovulation tracking, You're going to see them on that playlist. So just take your time and go through it. All right.